Most people rarely think about their kidneys, yet these two small organs quietly influence nearly every part of how we feel day to day: our energy, our balance, our sleep, our comfort, and even how well we age. And while gradual changes in kidney function are a natural part of getting older, the speed of those changes matters far more than most people realize. For many adults, kidney changes begin long before any obvious symptoms appear. The early signs are subtle, often so subtle that people dismiss them as stress, fatigue, or just getting older. But your body has a remarkable ability to communicate when something needs attention. The key is knowing how to interpret those signals. Your kidneys do far more than most people remember from school. Every single day, they help maintain balance throughout your body by gently filtering your blood, managing electrolytes, regulating fluids, supporting bone health, and helping maintain steady blood pressure. They even play a role in the hormones that influence your energy. Think of them as your body's built in balancing system. And like any system, early attention makes all the difference. Many people only notice their kidneys after something becomes difficult. When swelling shows up, when energy seems lower than usual, when sleep becomes disrupted, or when their bathroom habits change. But these signs often appear months or even years before more serious issues develop. When we respond early, we give our body the best chance to stay stable and strong as we age. Today, I want to walk you through 7 early signals that your kidneys may need attention. Not dramatic signs, not crisis moments, but gentle early indicators that your body is asking you to look a little closer. Along the way, I'll explain why each sign matters, what's happening inside your body, and how to distinguish normal age-related changes from signals worth discussing with your healthcare provider. These insights are especially useful for adults over 50 because this is the age when paying attention can make a big difference in long-term well-being. This isn't about fear, it's about awareness. When you understand what your body is telling you, you can support it early, long before those signals grow louder. So let's begin with the sign that most people notice but rarely interpret correctly: changes in urine appearance. 1. What persistent foamy urine may be telling you. Many people see a little foam in the toilet from time to time, especially when they're dehydrated or when urine hits the water forcefully. Occasional foam is normal and usually harmless, but persistent, thick, soapy looking foam is different. When this happens regularly, it can be one of the earliest signals that your kidneys are having trouble maintaining one of their most delicate tasks: keeping essential proteins inside your bloodstream. Here's the simple explanation. Inside your kidneys are tiny filters that separate waste from what your body needs to keep. These filters allow water and small particles to pass through while holding on to important nutrients like proteins. When these filters become stressed or irritated over time, they may allow small amounts of protein to slip through. When protein mixes with urine, it can create a foamier appearance, similar to how soap bubbles form. Why does this matter? Because protein is something your body wants to keep, not lose. When your kidneys begin allowing protein to pass through, it's often an early sign that they're under strain. Catching this early gives you a better chance to slow or stabilize the process. The key distinction is consistency. Foam every once in a while, usually nothing serious. Foam most days that looks thick and lingers, worth checking. A simple urine test can confirm whether protein is present. The earlier this is caught, the easier it is to support and protect your kidneys going forward. 2. The kind of ankle swelling. You should pay attention. Too many people notice ankle swelling from time to time, after a long day standing, after travel, or when it's hot outside. That type of swelling often goes away quickly and isn't concerning. But when swelling becomes regular, or when it appears in the morning, or when it leaves a slight indentation when pressed, your body may be sending a different kind of signal. Your kidneys help regulate fluid throughout your body. When that balance becomes less stable, extra fluid can settle in the lower legs, especially because gravity pulls it downward. There are two main reasons this can happen. One, your kidneys may be having difficulty maintaining the balance of sodium and water in your system. Two, your blood may not be holding fluid as effectively due to shifts in certain proteins that help maintain fluid balance. When that happens, some of the fluid that normally stays inside your blood vessels begins moving into surrounding tissues. Because your legs and ankles are the lowest point of the body when standing or sitting, swelling often shows up there first. Swelling that consistently returns, doesn't improve with elevation, or appears along with one of the other signs we'll discuss today, is worth bringing up with your doctor. A simple blood test can provide clarity. 3. The fatigue that doesn't match your lifestyle. Feeling tired once in a while is normal. A poor night's sleep, stress, or a busy week can all make you feel depleted. But the kind of fatigue linked to kidney stress feels different. This type of fatigue is deeper, more persistent, not relieved much by rest, sometimes accompanied by shortness of breath or difficulty concentrating. Why does this happen? Your kidneys help support the production of red blood cells, the cells responsible for carrying oxygen to your muscles and your brain. When kidney function slows, this support can decrease, and your body may produce fewer red blood cells over time. When that happens, your tissues receive less oxygen. That creates a heavy, dragging type of fatigue, the kind that doesn't match the amount of activity you've done. Many people dismiss this kind of fatigue as just aging, but when it has no clear explanation and continues to grow, it can be an early sign that your kidneys need attention. A basic blood test can reveal whether your red blood cell levels are lower than usual and whether your kidneys may be contributing. 4. Nighttime bathroom trips. When they're normal and when they're not many, adults over 50 wake up once a night to use the bathroom. That is very common and often not a concern, but waking up 3, 4, or more times, especially if this is a new pattern for you, can be a sign that your kidneys aren't concentrating urine as efficiently as they used to. Healthy kidneys naturally reduce nighttime urine production so you can sleep without interruption. When they struggle to do this, your bladder fills more quickly, waking you up repeatedly. This is different from drinking too much water before bed or having an overactive bladder. It's a shift in the kidney's ability to regulate water throughout the night. Tracking patterns is key. How often is it happening? Did this start recently? Has the amount of urine changed? These questions can help you determine whether it's a normal age-related change or something worth discussing with your healthcare provider. 5. Morning puffiness around the eyes. Many people notice that their eyes look a little puffy in the morning from time to time, especially after a salty meal or a poor night's sleep. That's normal. But when the puffiness becomes more regular, particularly when both eyes are affected, it can be another gentle signal that your kidneys need attention. Why the eyes? Because the skin around them is naturally thin and soft, which makes it one of the first areas where fluid changes become visible. When your body's fluid balance is slightly off, even by a small amount, this area can show it quickly. During the night, when you're lying flat, fluid can distribute more evenly throughout your body. If your kidneys aren't regulating fluid as smoothly as before, that extra fluid can collect around the eyes. A key pattern to observe is consistency. Does the puffiness show up most mornings? Does it gradually improve as you move around for a few hours? Is it happening alongside other subtle signs such as swelling in your legs, more frequent nighttime urination, or ongoing fatigue. On its own, morning puffiness doesn't mean anything serious, but when combined with other signals, it becomes part of a puzzle that's worth mentioning to your doctor. 6. Muscle cramps that don't have a clear explanation. Most people have experienced leg cramps at some point, often after exercise, dehydration, or sitting in one position for too long. But muscle cramps related to kidney stress tend to feel different. These cramps happen more often at rest, may occur at night, may feel stronger or last longer than typical cramps, sometimes appear without any clear trigger. Your kidneys help support the balance of minerals such as magnesium, calcium, potassium, and sodium. These minerals allow your muscles and nerves to communicate properly. When the balance shifts, even slightly, nerve signals may misfire, causing muscles to tighten suddenly. Think of it like the body sending electrical messages that aren't as smooth or coordinated as they used to be. That doesn't mean something alarming is happening, but repeated unexplained cramps, especially when paired with other subtle signs, can be the body's way of asking for a closer look at your mineral levels and hydration patterns. A simple blood test provides clarity and often leads to easy, supportive steps you can take. 7. Itchy skin that has no clear cause. Itchy skin is something many older adults experience, often due to dryness, weather changes, new laundry detergent, or allergies. But when the itching is persistent, widespread, and doesn't match the usual causes, it can be a less obvious sign that your body's internal balance needs attention. Here's why. Your kidneys help filter out certain natural waste products. When their efficiency slows down, very small amounts of these substances can stay in the bloodstream longer than they should. This can influence your skin and sometimes make it feel dry or irritated. Kidney related itching usually isn't tied to a rash, doesn't improve with moisturizers, may feel worse at night, may come and go without a predictable pattern. Again, this doesn't mean something serious is happening. Skin is one of the most sensitive organs in the body and responds quickly to internal imbalances of any kind, even mild ones. But itching that persists and has no clear external cause is worth discussing with a healthcare provider, especially if paired with any of the earlier signs we've talked about. Connecting the signals, what they mean together. Each of these early signs, foamy urine, ankle swelling, deeper fatigue, nighttime bathroom trips, morning puffiness, muscle cramps, and unexplained itching, can have many causes, most of them completely manageable. No single sign on its own is a reason to worry. Your body is influenced by hydration levels, diet, medications, sleep, temperature, and dozens of normal life factors. But when several of these signals begin to appear together or become more consistent over time, they may be your body's way of telling you that your kidneys need a little extra support or attention. The earlier these signs are recognized, the better your chances of maintaining stable kidney function as you age. Early action doesn't have to be dramatic. Often it simply means staying hydrated, reviewing medications with your doctor, adjusting salt intake, or doing routine blood and urine tests. You now understand why these signs matter and what they might indicate. More importantly, you know how to observe them calmly, without fear, and with clarity. Now, let's take everything we've talked about and bring it together in a way that helps you protect your long term well being. How these signs fit together and why early attention matters. When we look at all 7 signals together, a bigger picture appears. Each sign represents a different part of how your kidneys help maintain balance in your body. Foaminess in urine reflects how well the filters are working. Swelling shows how fluid is being managed. Fatigue relates to oxygen levels and energy production. Nighttime urination reflects how your kidneys match your body's circadian rhythm. Morning puffiness shows how fluid shifts overnight. Cramps relate to mineral balance. Itchiness reflects how well natural waste products are being handled. These signals don't appear overnight. They develop slowly, sometimes so gradually that people get used to them without realizing something has changed. That's what makes awareness so important. When you know the early signs, you can bring them up to your doctor before they grow into something that requires more urgent attention. And when you catch things early, you often have far more options for maintaining healthy kidney function. This isn't about fear, it's about giving yourself time. Time to adjust habits, time to check levels, time to support your body before those gentle signals grow louder. Understanding your body's patterns and noticing small changes is one of the most powerful things you can do for healthy aging. What you can do if you notice these signs. The good news is that supporting your kidneys doesn't require dramatic changes. Most of the time, it comes down to small, steady habits and simple conversations with your healthcare provider. Here are supportive steps that make a meaningful difference over time. 1. Stay hydrated consistently, not excessively. Even mild dehydration can make the kidneys work harder. Drinking steadily throughout the day helps them function more comfortably. 2. Pay attention to salt intake. Too much sodium can make fluid balance more difficult. Small adjustments often make a noticeable difference. 3. Review medications and supplements. Some everyday items can increase the workload on your kidneys. A quick review with your doctor can clarify what's best for you. 4. Keep an eye on blood pressure and blood sugar if they're relevant for you. Healthy kidneys like stability. Sudden swings can be harder on the system. 5. Don't ignore your body's subtle messages. You now know what early kidney signals can look like. Noticing them is already a powerful step towards staying ahead. 6. Ask your doctor for simple, routine testing. A basic blood panel and urine test can reveal a lot about how your kidneys are doing. These tests take only a few minutes, but can provide tremendous reassurance and clarity. These steps aren't complicated, and none of them require drastic changes. They simply help you stay in tune with your body so you can respond early, long before deeper issues develop. Why awareness is one of the greatest gifts you can give. Your future self. Healthy aging isn't about perfection. It isn't about avoiding every possible issue. It's about giving yourself the best possible foundation by understanding your body and responding to small changes early. Your kidneys work every day to keep your internal environment balanced. And even though they don't communicate with words, they do communicate with patterns, sensations, and subtle changes that many adults overlook. Now you have the knowledge to recognize those signals. You understand why urine appearance can matter, why swelling needs context, why fatigue deserves attention, why nighttime urination has patterns, why eye puffiness has meaning, why cramps are worth noting, why itching sometimes comes from within. This isn't about diagnosing yourself. It's about being aware, observant, and proactive. It's about helping your body stay as strong and steady as possible as the years go on. When you listen early, you give yourself more options, more time, more clarity, and more control over your long term well being. Your kidneys do remarkable work quietly, behind the scenes, with no fanfare. And while changes in their function are a normal part of aging, the speed and pattern of those changes matter greatly. You now have the tools to notice early signs, interpret them calmly, and bring them to your doctor's attention when needed. That alone can make a tremendous difference in keeping your body balanced and resilient. Your kidneys may not speak, but they send signals. And the fact that you're learning to understand them says a great deal about your commitment to your own long term health. Thank you for taking the time to learn about these early signs. If this helped you understand your body better, Feel free to subscribe for future videos where we explore more gentle, practical ways to support your health and longevity.